What would you do if your car caught on fire while you were driving? That is what two local families claim happened just 3 days apart. And they shared their stories with News 12's Justine Miller in these exclusive interviews as they seek to alert others about this safety concern.
Alex Krupp is heading to work, but hitting the road looks a little different after a recent road trip with her husband.
The fear didn't really set in until later because it was such this fight or flight mode of just like, we have to get out.
Out of their 2022 Volvo XC90 that they say went up in flames on the Bruckner Expressway in the Bronx in April.
The smoke started billowing. We pulled over on the side of the highway and we ran. Within 30 seconds, the entire hood was in flames.
The near-death experience now over. Krupp was left with a different kind of nightmare.
I felt like I was being gaslit.
Dealing with Volvo.
This response was anything but safe or feeling like they had our best interests in mind.
She says her insurance company immediately investigated, finding the car too charred to figure out the fire's cause. But by the time Volvo inspected, they claimed rats were responsible for the damage, sending these photos.
It was unclear that this was from our car. And, meanwhile, it had been sitting in a junkyard for more than 30 days.
Krupp took to the web.
We got off the highway,
finding a similar story.
The car started shaking a little bit.
Orson Joseph was taking his 7-year-old son Miles to basketball practice in their 2015 Volvo XC60. When they smelled smoke. Right after Miles hopped out,
that little bit of smoke turned into a lot of smoke, and then it turned into this fire.
Both incidents just 3 days apart. And in both, Volvo claims rats were at fault.
I was pretty scared.
Joseph's car was less damaged. This allowed his insurance company to determine a part of the engine may be to blame. Either way, Joseph's wife, Faye Bronstein, skeptical of the car's safety.
Why wasn't there a safety feature that shut the car off so it didn't ignite on fire? And that's the scary part.
Volvo has multiple active recalls in place. These two cars are not included. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration tells us they're not aware of any, quote, actionable fire defect trend for either of these two vehicle models. The agency's website shows 21 complaints filed against the same model and year as Krupp's car. It shows 37 against the same model and year as Joseph's. Volvo offered Krupp a $4,000 credit to their dealership for this case. She didn't take it. Now she's out to inform others.
It's like a horrifying experience, and I don't want families to experience what we went through.
Volvo didn't offer Joseph anything. He says their customer service was the worst part of all.
That, if anything, added fuel to the fire.
Justine Miller, News 12.
Now, Volvo tells us that they determined the cause of damage to be beyond their control with both cars. And they added in this statement, quote, "At Volvo Cars, safety is our highest priority, and we take the well-being of our customers seriously."